Portrane is a small seaside village located on the east coast of Ireland, 25 kilometres from the capital city of Dublin. Portrane Shore should have a geotrail. Within this video, I will introduce the geological diversity at the Portrane Shore, 2 touristic assessment methods to determine the potential touristic use of the area and to determine the type of tourist the geotrail would best suit. Lastly, a description of the geotrail, including a map and the proposed stops, will be outlined. Within a very small area, the Portrane Shore boasts a high density of Ireland's volcanic geoheritage. The rocky headland consists of remnants of the volcanic eruption on the nearby Lambay Island, which occurred around 460 million years ago. Volcanic material in the form of andesite rock and debris flows can be seen around the headland. Limestone cliffs can be seen around the shoreline, which consist of brachiopods, shell, and coral debris, and can be seen in the folding or bedding planes of the cliffs. The Portrane Shore is an important microcosm of land-based geology, as the island is not publicly accessible. 3 limestone caves formed around 2.6 million years ago can also be seen along the shoreline. The caves are not formed by marine erosion but from underwater rivers and have historical and religious importance nationally and for the local community. 2 geotouristic assessment methods were performed for the Portrane Shore, where the proposed geotrail will be developed. The Briller method was used to measure the potential touristic use of the area, while the method outlined by Dr. et al. Was used to determine the tourist group the geotrail would best suit. To determine the potential touristic use, 13 criteria outlined by Briller were considered. Each criterion was scored between 0 and 4 and is weighted based on their touristic potential. The total touristic value is the weighted sum of the score. Criterion that scored high touristic value at the Portrane Shore are highlighted on the table. These criteria are important and essential in order to create a geotrail. For example, the scenery has geological elements that have remarkable aesthetic quality. The geological elements can be easily understood by the general public, and the area is easily accessible and is safe. Using the method developed by Dr. et al., a multiple criteria decision analysis was performed. The type of tourists, casual, witting and hobbyists, were assessed against primary and secondary values and their associated visual, functional and cognitive criteria. For the primary values, visual, functional and cognitive criteria were assigned a weight. Weights were assigned based on the most frequently cited motivations for geotourism, which are to gather knowledge of geological processes and features, and to admire the beautiful landscapes and scenery. Therefore, visual and functional criteria were weighted the highest. The weighted score of the criteria totaled 100 to reflect the relative importance. The criteria was scored 1 for assessed and 0 as not assessed. The table shows that casual tourists had the highest weighted score. For the secondary value, the weighted score of the criteria totaled to 50 to reflect its secondary importance for the motivation for geotourism. Cognitive value were assigned the highest weight. The criteria was scored 1 for assessed and 0 as not assessed. The table shows that casual tourists had the highest weighted scores. Total weighted scores are the sum of both primary and secondary values. The table indicates that casual tourists had the highest total score of 110 out of 150. By assessing the type of tourist that the geotrail will best suit, this will help to inform the types of touristic material and types of information that would be provided on the geotrail. So why propose a Portrane Shore geotrail? Well, the Portrane Shore has a complex geology within a small area. It is also an important microcosm of the nearby Lambay Island, which is not publicly accessible. The Portrane Shore has also been assessed as having high potential touristic use, and there is infrastructure already in place such as the walking trail, toilets, public transport and fences. The Portrane Geotrail starts at Tower Bay near the rocky headland and follows the cliff walk down to Bolcarrick Beach. It is an easy 2.5 kilometre walk one way. The Geotrail has 6 stops along the way. The stops follow the volcanic geoheritage of Portrane and the geological timescale. starting at the Ordovician period from about 500 million years ago to the Silurian period from about 440 million years ago. At stop 5, caves formed about 2.6 million years ago can be seen in the Silurian limestone. At the last stop, Silurian sandstone can be seen with the eroded Ordovician limestone, showing both geological time periods together.